There is within every human being a silent power, invisible yet unbreakable, that sculpts life itself. Most never touch it. Most live as victims of chance, blaming luck or fate for their circumstances. But those who awaken to it discover a truth so simple and yet so profound. Reality bends to the discipline of one's inner state. This principle has many names, yet the essence remains unchanged across time and philosophy. The modern world calls it the law of attraction. The ancients, like the Stoics, spoke of it as the harmony between mind and cosmos. To live without understanding this law is to drift as a ship without a rudder, tossed by storms and circumstances. To live with it is to become the sculptor of destiny, the architect of one's future. It is not superstition, nor is it idle fantasy. It is not about sitting in silence wishing for riches, health, or love to fall into your lap. It is about disciplining your thoughts until they align so precisely with your vision that the external world cannot resist reflecting it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." He was not writing poetry, but instruction. Whatever dominates the theater of your mind will paint the fabric of your existence. If you fill your thoughts with doubt, envy, and fear, your life will manifest the same. If you train your thoughts with clarity, gratitude, and resilience, your life will rise in equal measure. This is the law of attraction in its truest form. The external is shaped by the internal. The first truth to accept is this: you are always attracting. Every moment, every thought, every expectation sends a signal into the world. Most people attract unconsciously, replaying patterns of worry, failure, and mediocrity. They wonder why nothing changes, never realizing their own thoughts are chains binding them to repetition. To harness the law is not to create a new force, but to master the one already at work. The battlefield lies within the mind. Before you manifest wealth, you must master the thought of abundance. Before you manifest love, you must embody the thought of worthiness. Before you manifest peace, you must cultivate serenity in the face of chaos. The Stoics understood this when they taught that events do not disturb us, but our judgments about them. Change the judgment, and you change the world. Begin with awareness. Each day your mind generates thousands of thoughts, most of them unconscious, repeating fragments of the past. Some serve you, most do not. The first discipline is to observe without judgment. Write down the thoughts that visit you most often. Are they thoughts of power or weakness, of faith or doubt, of abundance or lack? The law of attraction cannot be fooled. It responds not to what you say once, but to what you dwell upon repeatedly. Clarity is the next step. The universe does not respond to vague desires. To say, "I want success," is to invite confusion, for success takes 1,000 forms. Ask instead, what does success mean to me? Where will I live? How will I spend my days? What value will I give to others? Clarity is fuel. Without it, your signal is scattered, like light diffused in fog. With it, your mind becomes a laser, sharp enough to cut through circumstance. Write your vision with detail, not in broad strokes, but with the precision of an architect. Yet, there is a paradox. Desire attracts, but desperation repels. The more you cling, the more you signal lack. The Stoic does not beg fortune, he aligns with it. He desires deeply, yet without attachment. To manifest, you must want with intensity, but release with trust. Each morning, visualize the life you seek with gratitude, as though it already exists. Then let it go and live your day with calm strength. This balance of desire and detachment is the heart of attraction. Habits form the structure of your magnetism. Attraction is not built upon occasional rituals, but upon daily practices that train both mind and body to align with the vision. Upon waking, before the noise of the world invades, sit in silence. Close your eyes and imagine yourself living your desired life, not as a dream, but as reality. Feel the emotions of it in your body. The nervous system cannot distinguish between real and vividly imagined experiences. Repeated often enough, your mind begins to adjust behavior to match the vision. Affirmations have power, but only when they carry integrity. Empty repetition fools no one. Do not chant, "I am wealthy," while drowning in debt. Say instead, "I am becoming disciplined with money, and wealth flows to me as a result." Affirmations aligned with action transform the subconscious. Words are seeds. Choose those you are prepared to water. Gratitude is a magnet more powerful than desire. A mind obsessed with what it lacks cannot attract abundance, for it signals only emptiness. Each evening, write 3 things you are grateful for. Do not repeat the same answers. Search deeper. One day it may be the smile of a stranger, another day the discipline to rise early, another the roof above your head. Gratitude shifts perception from scarcity to abundance, and abundance attracts more of itself. The law of attraction is not only about thoughts, but also about the environment you cultivate. If your mind is constantly fed with fear from the news, envy from comparison, or doubt from toxic company, your soil is poisoned. You cannot plant seeds of greatness in contaminated ground. Guard your inputs. Replace gossip with philosophy, endless scrolling with reflection, and shallow entertainment with wisdom. Feed your mind as carefully as you feed your body. Yet thought and environment are not enough. Attraction demands alignment in action. If you desire health, you must eat with discipline, train your body, and rest deeply. If you desire wealth, you must learn skills, create value, and manage money wisely. If you desire love, you must embody kindness, patience, and authenticity. To expect results without action is not attraction, it is delusion. The Stoics taught that philosophy is not words, but practice. The same is true here. Manifestation is not fantasy, but embodiment. The mentality of one who masters attraction mirrors the Stoic sage. He is patient in the face of delay, resilient against doubt, and focused not only on himself, but on service. He knows that a desire fueled only by selfishness is weak, but a desire that uplifts others carries momentum beyond measure. Wealth to serve, success to inspire, strength to protect. Such desires burn with greater fire, and the world responds in kind. Finally, release control over the form in which your vision arrives. Sometimes you will manifest exactly as imagined. Other times, it will come in a different shape, often greater than you conceived. The Stoic accepts the flow of fate. The practitioner of attraction must do the same. Do not demand that life give you exactly what you pictured, for that picture may be too small. Trust that the essence of your desire will reach you in the form most fitting. To begin, take these first steps. Write your vision in detail, visualize it each morning, practice gratitude each night, take aligned action daily, and guard your thoughts from pollution. Do this for 30 days with discipline. The change may be subtle at first, a new opportunity, a chance meeting, a shift in mood, but these are the whispers of transformation. Continue, and whispers become momentum. Momentum becomes reality. The law of attraction is not a secret for the chosen few. It is a universal principle, accessible to any who dare to discipline their minds and align their actions. Most will dismiss it as fantasy, never realizing they are already living by it unconsciously. But you, if you choose to awaken, if you choose to govern your thoughts with the strength of a Stoic and the vision of a creator, will discover that life itself bends to meet you. The mind is both the battlefield and the temple. It is where every victory is won or lost before a single action is taken in the external world. If the law of attraction rests upon the alignment of thought and reality, then the shaping of thought becomes the most sacred work of life. You cannot control the weather. You cannot control the economy. You cannot control the hearts of others, but you can control the dominion of your mind. And when you master this dominion, everything else begins to bend to it. Most people fail not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because their minds are undisciplined. They allow doubts to run wild, anxieties to dominate, and past failures to dictate the future. The Stoics knew this danger well. Epictetus reminded his students that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. The same imagination that chains us to fear can, when trained, liberate us into vision. Repetition is the key to mastery. Your subconscious does not obey occasional commands. It obeys what is repeated consistently with emotion. Think of a sculptor who chisels stone. One strike does not reveal the form. It is thousands of steady blows, day after day, that bring forth the statue. Your thoughts work the same way. Each repetition carves grooves into the mind until the pattern becomes automatic. This is why negative thinking is so destructive. Every anxious thought, every repeated complaint, every inner monologue of defeat is another strike carving weakness into the mind. Left unchecked, this repetition becomes destiny. To reverse it, you must deliberately introduce new thoughts, new affirmations, and repeat them with the same persistence. Over time, the new pattern overtakes the old. Start each day with command over your mind. Upon waking, speak 3 declarations aloud. Not empty wishes, but strong affirmations rooted in integrity. Say, I am disciplined in my thoughts and actions. I create value that enriches myself and others. Opportunities come to me because I prepare myself for them. Say these words with conviction, not as hollow sounds, but as truths you are choosing to embody. Feel the weight of them, as if they are already woven into your being. This is not performance, it is programming. You are directing your subconscious, and in turn, directing your reality. At midday, the chaos of life threatens to scatter focus. Work, stress, interactions with others, all pull the mind in different directions. Create a practice of recalibration. Stop for 2 minutes, close your eyes, and return to your vision. Breathe deeply and remember what you are building. This simple pause recenters your energy and prevents you from being swept away by the noise of the world. In the evening, as you prepare for sleep, plant the seeds of tomorrow. The final thoughts before rest carry unusual power, for they sink into the subconscious during sleep. Imagine your vision as complete. See yourself living the life you desire. Feel the emotions of it as vividly as possible. Go to sleep not with anxiety, but with gratitude and faith. The mind will work on these images through the night, strengthening them like roots in fertile soil. But discipline is not only about repetition of positive thoughts. It is also about guarding against the invasion of negativity. Life will always present you with challenges, critics, and failures. If you allow these to dominate your attention, you surrender your creative power. The Stoics were masters at this defense. They carried mental shields that allowed them to face hardship without being broken by it. The first shield is perspective. When setbacks occur, as they inevitably will, train yourself to respond not with despair, but with wisdom. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "How does this serve me?" Every delay carries within it a lesson or protection. Every obstacle is preparation for the strength you will need tomorrow. By reframing events, you prevent them from poisoning your frequency. The second shield is detachment. Many fall into desperation because they tie their identity to specific outcomes. They believe their worth lies in their job title, their wealth, or their relationship status. When these collapse, so does their spirit. The Stoic teaches, you are not your possessions, not your reputation, not even your circumstances. You are the disciplined soul behind them. By detaching from the external, you free yourself from fear of loss. And when you no longer fear loss, you attract abundance with greater ease. The third shield is silence. Do not scatter your vision carelessly. Most people cannot see beyond their own limitations, and when you share your dreams, they project their fears onto you. Protect your vision as you would a fragile flame in the wind. Share it only with those who will protect and nurture it. The law of attraction requires faith, and nothing weakens faith faster than constant exposure to doubt and negativity. Habits are the framework through which attraction becomes tangible. Without them, the law remains abstract. With them, it becomes visible. One of the most powerful habits is early rising. The hours before the world awakens are charged with clarity. In that stillness, when distractions are silent, your thoughts carry greater power. Use this time to visualize, to write, to plan. Protect your mornings as sacred ground. Equally important is the discipline of physical training. The body and mind are not separate. A weak body breeds a weak will. Training the body strengthens discipline, builds confidence, and proves to yourself daily that you are capable of growth. You are telling your subconscious, I can bear burdens. I am resilient, and in response, life entrusts you with greater opportunities. Feed your mind as carefully as you feed your body. Read daily. Philosophy, history, biography. The wisdom of those who came before you contains patterns you can adopt. When you study the lives of the great, you begin to think as they thought, act as they acted, and attract as they attracted. The opposite is also true. If you consume only fear-driven news or shallow entertainment, your thoughts decay, and so does your reality. Guard what enters the gates of your mind. Simplicity of living is another magnet of clarity. Excess possessions and clutter do not only occupy physical space, they cloud the mind. Simplify your environment. Create order around you. The cleaner your space, the clearer your thoughts, and the more precise your attraction. The Stoics practiced voluntary simplicity, not because they hated possessions, but because they knew freedom lies in mastery over desire. The less enslaved you are by excess, the stronger your power of attraction becomes. Beyond these fundamentals, there are advanced practices that deepen the work. One is scripting, writing a detailed journal entry describing your life as though your vision is already complete. Write in the present tense. Describe not only what you see, but how you feel, how you act, how others respond to you. This process imprints the future onto your subconscious as if it were already real. Repeat weekly, and the mind begins to align reality with the script. Another is future self-meditation. Close your eyes and imagine meeting yourself 5 years from now. having achieved everything you desire. Observe how you carry yourself, how you speak, how you live. Ask this future self for guidance. Begin to embody those traits now, collapsing the distance between who you are and who you intend to become. Micro actions form another key practice. Each day, ask yourself, what is one small step my future self would take today? Do it. Over weeks and months, these small steps compound into massive transformation. Attraction is not built on grand gestures, but on consistency. Gratitude, too, can be amplified. Do not only list what you are thankful for, visualize it deeply. Feel the warmth of it in your body. Allow joy to fill you until you cannot help but smile. The stronger the emotion, the stronger the magnetism. Gratitude is not an intellectual exercise, but a full-bodied state. When practiced deeply, it shifts your entire frequency. Patience remains one of the most vital disciplines. The greatest mistake people make is digging up the seed to see if it is growing. They practice for a week or a month, see no drastic change, and abandon the process. But the oak tree does not rush to grow, nor does the river hurry to the sea. Everything unfolds in time. The Stoic waits not with passivity, but with calm labor, trusting the unseen order. Your vision may take months or years, but each day of aligned living is already success. Doubt will come. It is inevitable. You will face delays, ridicule, and inner voices of fear. Doubt is not proof of failure. It is proof that you are stretching beyond your old limits. Do not fight doubt. Acknowledge it and keep moving. Resilience is built not in the absence of doubt, but in action taken despite it. Keep a journal of progress. Each week, note the small victories, the opportunities, the changes in mindset. This record becomes evidence to counter doubt when it returns. The law of attraction is amplified when directed toward service. Desires that uplift only yourself lack strength. Desires that uplift others carry momentum beyond you. Do not only want wealth so that you may provide for others. Do not only want success so you may inspire. The universe responds to value, and value flows from service. The Stoic lived not for himself alone, but for the common good. Align your vision with something greater than yourself, and its attraction multiplies. Above all, trust the timing of life. Sometimes you will manifest exactly as envisioned. Other times, what comes will be different, often better. Do not cling rigidly to the form. Trust that the essence of your desire is arriving in the most fitting way. The Stoic accepted fate not with resignation, but with confidence that the order of the cosmos was wiser than individual will. Adopt the same trust. If you are ready to practice, commit to a 21-day challenge. For 3 weeks, visualize each morning, affirm with integrity, journal gratitude each evening, script once per week, recalibrate at midday, and take one micro-action daily. Eliminate one toxic input from your life during this period. At the end, look back and notice the shifts. The law of attraction does not work in theory, it works in practice. The change may be subtle at first, but subtle shifts build into undeniable transformation. The mind is a temple. Guard it, discipline it, train it. Within its walls lies the power to shape destiny. When you master it, the world becomes not an enemy to fear, but a canvas upon which you paint your vision. All that has been spoken is not mere theory, not wishful thinking, but a call to discipline, to clarity, to courage. The law of attraction is not a trick, nor a mystical shortcut. It is the disciplined harmony between thought, emotion, and action. It is the silent law by which the strong shape their destiny, while the unfocused drift through life as passengers. You now know that every thought carries weight, every word sends ripples into the unseen, every habit becomes a stone in the temple of your future. You know that clarity directs the current, gratitude multiplies abundance, visualization trains the nervous system, and action anchors the unseen into the seen. You know that the Stoic's serenity and the dreamer's vision, when united, forge an unstoppable force. The truth is simple. You are already manifesting. The life you live today is the harvest of yesterday's beliefs, yesterday's actions, yesterday's tolerances. The question is not whether the law works. The question is whether you will take command of it. Will you continue to attract unconsciously, repeating cycles of doubt and lack? Or will you rise as the architect of your fate, disciplining the mind as a soldier sharpens his blade, directing thought as a commander moves his army? No one else can do this for you. Not fortune, not family, not society. You stand before the mirror of life, and it reflects not your wishes, but your essence. Change the essence, and the reflection must obey. So let this not be mere words. Let this be your beginning. Tonight, before sleep, take a page and write your vision in unshakable detail. Tomorrow morning, rise with discipline, sit in silence, and visualize that life until you feel its fire within your chest. Act through your day as though destiny itself has already chosen you, as though the life you seek is walking toward you even as you walk toward it. Give thanks for every small sign, for gratitude sharpens perception, and signs will multiply. When obstacles appear, meet them with stoic resilience. Remember, resistance is proof of movement. Day by day you will notice shifts, first subtle, then undeniable. People drawn to your energy, opportunities aligning with your preparation, strength where there was once hesitation. This is not coincidence, this is law. And when doubt whispers, return to the words of Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The law of attraction begins here. Power over the mind, mastery of thought, unyielding clarity. Now the choice is yours. You can close this and continue as you were, living by default, attracting without awareness, surrendering your fate to habit and circumstance. Or you can begin today, not tomorrow, not next week, but today, to live as a creator. The path will not be easy. It demands vigilance, patience, and faith, but it is the only path that leads to freedom. Do not waste another year waiting for permission from the world. Life is short, time is merciless, and destiny bows only to those who dare to command it. Step forward. Write your vision. Discipline your mind. Take aligned action, and watch as reality bends to meet you. Because the law of attraction is not waiting to prove itself to you. It is already at work. The only question is whether you will master it, or remain mastered by it. So rise, begin, create, manifest. And if these words have awakened something within you, if they have stirred that quiet force in your chest that whispers you are meant for more, then do not walk away in silence. Carry this wisdom, live it daily, and share it. For greatness multiplies when passed on. Subscribe, stay, and continue walking this path with me, for this is only the beginning.